Okay, now for the final monster card that I was talking about, the Synchro monsters, the white cards. These cards are the pickiest to put together because, unlike ritual monsters, the stars have to be exact. You cannot be over, you cannot be under, and they require a tuner monster. Sort of think of it like the ritual card that goes along with the ritual monster. Like, you have to run these guys in order to make these guys right here. Now, usually, not always, these guys require one tuner, which is this, or this, which is one of these two, and a non-tuner, which can be an effect monster, a non-effect monster, a Gemini monster. It can be anything, just as long as it's not another tuner. Some Synchro monsters are more pickier than others. I'll get into that after I'm done explaining this one. But yeah, again, these guys do not go in your 40 card deck. They do not go in there. They go into the extra deck zone along with the fusion monsters. So we'll put her over there for the time being. Anyway, this is normally how you would go about getting one of these cards out onto the field. First, you would have your monster out there, a 4-star monster, and then in your hand you would have your tuner monster. And during your turn, since you already have a monster out on the field, you would use your normal summon to summon your tuner monster. And then you declare that you're going to Synchro summon. And what you do is you take the two cards together, put them in your graveyard, and special summon your Synchro monster from the field, from the extra deck out onto the field. Now, notice 3 and 4 together is 7. She has 7 stars. They have to be exact. They cannot be 8 stars, they cannot be 6 stars, they have to be exactly 7 stars in order to get her out on the field. Now, you know, I mean, that means you can use a 4-star and a 3-star to put together a 7. You can use a 5-star and a 2-star to put together a 7. So yeah, just as long as it equals 7, you can put this out there. Okay, now moving on to the trickier Synchro monsters. This Synchro monster needs a specific tuner. So in order to put this guy together, you need to use this tuner. There is no other way to put this guy together unless you have him. And he's a 1-star. So in order to put together a 6-star, you would need to either A, have a 3-star normal monster, just kind of pretend he's normal right now. I know he's a tuner, but you need a 3-star monster, and you would need a 2-star monster, which is 5, and then you would add him to the mix, which would be 6 altogether if you tune them, and you'd be able to bring him out. Just as long as you use him in the formula for making him, it's okay. Or a simpler way to do that, instead of using all those monsters, would be to have a 5-star out on the field, and then summon him, and then bring him out from the extra deck. That would be another way to do it. Now, some Synchro monsters, I don't have one on me to visually show you, but some Synchro monsters require you to have 2 non-tuner monsters out on the field in order to Synchro with. So you have to use 3 monsters altogether in order to put one of these guys together. They are the most difficult ones to run in your extra deck. A lot of them are worth it though because their effects are really powerful. However, like I said, really hard to put them together. So you have to be careful when you're putting these guys in your extra deck, because you need to read in their text right here what is used to put them together, and how many non-tuner monsters you need to put them together. Some of them even get really specific, like you have to use like a warrior monster, or you have to use an earth monster. Like, some of them get really specific on how they're put together, so you have to be careful with what you put in your extra deck zone as far as synchro monsters. So I hope it wasn't too confusing about how I explained it. Anyways, try to run these guys as best you can, because they are what have sped the game up and made it a little quicker, a little more powerful. So usually any deck that doesn't run these struggles a little bit, depending. There are some decks out there that don't run these guys that do really well, but they have a lot of power as far as, like, they can draw a lot of cards, they can summon a lot of special summonable monsters from the deck or the hand out onto the field. So yeah, anyways, try to incorporate a couple of these into your deck if you can. If not, no big deal. Doesn't mean you're going to lose, doesn't mean you're going to win. I mean, everybody has a fair shot in this game for the most part, but yeah, that's how you run synchro monsters.